Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode, another edition of A Week in Geekdom here on YouTube. I am your host, Joey Menendez, and welcome to another haul video for the month of February. Oh my gosh, did I spend a lot. So yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to another installment. As usual, it is the very last day of the month, and what better way to end every month with a haul video. First, we're going to start with the trade paperbacks and softcover editions, and here is one book that is an essential read for every DC Comics or just comic book reader. You gotta have this in your collection, and I do know the story, but I have never owned a copy. What better way to start off a new month than by getting, of course, All-Star Superman. This new reprinted collection actually has all 12 issues inside, and it's not that big. It's actually, I'm surprised that they fit all of the issues in here. I thought it was going to be a larger book, but it isn't. Next up from Image, I recently did a video on it, and it is, of course, Manifest Destiny. Here I have volumes 2 and 3. Love that series, so I went ahead and picked up these two. Volume 4 should be arriving shortly. Unfortunately, it did not arrive in time. Same with Wonder Woman Rebirth and Snot Girl. Those are not here. If not, I would have done videos on them because I really wanted to review Snot Girl for the channel as quickly as possible, but I think we might get it in the coming days, so be patient for that. Next up from the Hanna-Barbera line, Volume 1. I have read a few issues of this, and it is fantastic. This book is going to be reviewed surprisingly fast because I think I've already read half of it. So yeah, expect a review on it pretty damn soon. It's a great read. I can't wait to share my thoughts on it with you guys. One of my other recently reviewed books, this is Sheriff of Babylon Volume 2. Going back to Hanna-Barbera, this is Scooby Apocalypse Volume 1. I am a huge Scooby-Doo fan, so I was really looking forward to reading this and look forward to a review on this bad boy really soon. No, not a lot of people are keeping the Valiant hype train alive. I'm trying to remedy that with this next purchase, and it is, of course, Armor Hunters Bloodshot and Armor Hunters Harbinger. And the reason I got these two, and you're probably wondering, hey, you could have just gotten the Armor Hunters Deluxe Edition. I made the mistake of ordering Exo Man of War Volume 3 last year, so I already have, I think, like 80% of the material from the Armor Hunters. I wasn't gonna sell it and then try and locate the Armor Hunter stuff. I'm like, you know what, I'll just get these two trades, which I think were like $9 each. And I did get one of the, I think it's the Aftermath issue. I have it on my digital collection on Comixology. So yeah, I have Armor Hunters just spread across different books. Next up, something that I've been meaning to read for years, and I have the first two books here. Volume 3 did not arrive in time, but it will eventually. It is, of course, one of the classic comic book runs of all time, Grant Morrison's Animal Man. This is Volume 1 and Volume 2. As I said, Volume 3 did not arrive for this video. The omnibus is out of print. I'm not going to pay out of print prices. I'm sorry about that. So I went ahead and picked all these volumes up. I think I paid less than $10 for each book. And yeah, just a great freaking run that I did. Just amazing. Let's do hardcovers. I did get a bunch of them, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. Starting with, from IDW, it is the 4th volume in the TMNT IDW series, with my favorite turtle gracing the cover. Yes, Donatello, the most badass Ninja Turtle of them all. I love Donnie, and look at that. So freaking badass. I love these books. Next up, keeping the Valiant hype train alive, or at least hardcover wise, it is Ninjak, the 1st volume, the deluxe edition. I love it. It's like James Bond meets Ninja Gaiden. It's so badass. If you've never read any Valiant stuff and you want to pick this up, I do recommend it, but I would rather you start out with Harbinger, Exo Man of War, Archer and Armstrong, that stuff. before going into Ninjak. But regardless, it is so good. I really recommend you guys pick up Ninjak. All right, next up, rather than showing the same book 100 times, I'm just gonna highlight them right there. You can see them, I think. It is almost all the Invincible Ultimate Collection hardcovers from Robert Kirkman, his magnum opus. I'm sorry, I sincerely think Invincible is his best work. And just to highlight one of the books, I have volume 8 here with me. I sold my compendiums in order to upgrade to these formats because I love the Ultimate Collection hardcovers a lot more. And yeah, if you haven't heard, starting in March, I will be doing a year-long review on Invincible, basically going 13 issues, or actually one hardcover at a time, and there might be a guest appearance here and there helping me out review these bad boys. You'll have to stay tuned for that on our YouTube page right here. Next up, a series that I've heard so many great things about it, and it's just a shame that I haven't had the time to actually check it out, but that's about to change, and it is, of course, Jeff Lemire's Sweet Tooth from Vertigo. I can't wait to read this. Supposedly it is fantastic, and I am all up for fantastical reads. Next up in my big ass editions, and if you don't know what that means for all the new subscribers here at A Week in Geekdom, parentheses, thank you so much. Big ass editions, of course, I'm referring to absolutes and omnis and books that are way too big for any human to comprehend. Of course, I want to highlight this segment with one of my favorite New 52 titles back in the day. This is, of course, the absolute Wonder Woman book from Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang. Just one of my favorite Wonder Woman books of all time. I love this so much, and she's had some great runs, but there's something special about it. If you've never read Wonder Woman, this is a great place to start. Basically, you take Greco-Roman mythology and mix it with, you know, this hip and kind of European vibe, like you're watching like an underworld movie, that type of setting, and just run with it. And you have Diana doing all sorts of crazy badass things, going against the Firstborn and Zeus and Apollo and all these Greek gods. And if you like that sort of stuff, then you will love this book. It is really well written, and Cliff Chiang's art is just breathtaking, especially in absolute format. I mean, look at this thing, man. It is just so freaking badass. I love me some Wonder Woman, and you should too. Speaking about omnis and things that are large, finally, I have been meaning to read this. Basically, this whole haul is about books that I have been meaning to read, and this is one of them. I am so freaking pumped. I'm probably the only one on a Green Lantern hype train, but that don't matter, folks. It is the first Jeff Johns omnibus on the Green Lantern series that he popularized, and he did such amazing things. I've read some of it, mostly the events like Sinestro Court War, Blackest Night, all that stuff I have read, but not all the in-between stuff, and the run as a whole I have not read. So I can't wait to dig into this massive book that is so big. By the way, this is the reprinted edition. The binding was fixed. It's still a little snap, crackle, and pop, but not so much compared to the old printing. And we couldn't leave Marvel behind. I did get an Omni. This is War of Kings Aftermath Realm of Kings. It sold out, and then it went back up again, and I think it's still up. So if you like cosmic stories, if you like the Inhumans, if you like stories about people fighting against their destiny and fighting to reclaim what they think is theirs, and it's like a giant space opera, and tons of crazy characters show up. Thanos shows up in all his badassery. Then yeah, you got to pick up Realm of Kings. I highly recommend it, although you should get the first Realm of Kings and then this one, which coincidentally I did get, but it did not arrive in time. I upgraded from my soft covers and all that stuff to get the omnis of the War of Kings saga, but yeah, so that did not arrive in time, unfortunately, but I did get this one, and it is a beast. Great stuff if you like cosmic stories. Yeah, so that's about it book-wise, but it's not a haul video without some figures and Blu-rays, so let's do that. Here's one of my favorite pops that I got. It is Touche Turtle from the Hanna-Barbera series, looking so freaking badass. I love this. This is so cool. check this guy out. Speaking of Hanna-Barbera, of course, because they recently announced a comic book series for Snagglepuss, and I saw his pop. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it because he looks so amazing. I love the shade of pink that was used. It's so great. Diminutive in size but powerful in strength, it is the Atom Ant himself. I am a big Naruto fan, so you know I had to get Naruto Shippuden Funko Pops. I did get Kakashi, Sakura, and the 6-path Hot Topic exclusive Naruto. I did get the GameStop one, but it did not arrive in time, so I'm sorry about that. And finally, the last Funko related product of the month. I was actually really surprised when this happened. I was not looking for anything specific, I was just browsing. I had heard rumors that all the Walgreens were stocking up on Dorbs. I'm like, you know what, I'll look for Dorbs. The new Power Rangers Dorbs, they look pretty cool. Let's see if I can find some. I didn't find any, but I did find something really cool, and it is my very first Chase. Can you believe it? My very first freaking Chase. It is the Green Lantern glow-in-the-dark Chase variant Dorb. Just looking so freaking amazing. So yeah, I don't know if you can see him over there, but that is my Hal Jordan Funko Pop. I got my Hal Jordan Dorbs and my Hal Jordan Green Lantern Omnibus. I'm all set, baby, for some Green Lantern goodness. Figure-wise, I do want to highlight my Playmates Voltron 16-inch figure. I'm not going to highlight it here, but you can watch my unboxing of that behemoth with the title card above, because it was pretty damn awesome. Alright, to finish things off, let's do movies. I recently did a review on this. It is Justice League Dark. Love this. Easily one of their best animated adaptations, and in my opinion, one of, if not the best movie of 2016, in my honest opinion. It is a rival. This movie was fantastic. It's beautiful. It is breathtaking. It is awe-inspiring, and it's something that everybody should see. If you love science fiction, if you love drama and good stories, then just go ahead and watch it. You need to watch it. It's that great. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you once again for doing all the awesome stuff that you guys do. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and following me on your favorite social media platform. If you're not doing any of that, then let me tell you, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and many more. Just type a Week in Geekdom, and I'm there for you guys. All right, I gotta go. I am closing in on finishing some books that I'm reading that I am ready to review for you guys. So I will catch you on our next video.